I'm at the Costa Mesa Police Department, and I just wanted to start the film because I'm having them come out to receive the complaint I'm going to file for the treatment of me being falsely arrested and then held in a padded cell without water and almost killed by the Costa Mesa police over a fake entrapment setup violation of a face mask ordinance, which never actually occurred. And I was on private property at the time, 2 steps away from my car, when some policemen decided it was appropriate to just arrest me without cause and bring me back to their station for a torturing session. So now the complaint is going to get filed, and we're going to start to see if justice is going to get done. But in the meantime, I wanted to film the sergeant coming out just in case there's any funny business with this whole situation and setup. And we'll see what shakes out. But at the end of the day, I am hoping this goes very smooth, and I don't anticipate any problems because all I'm doing is handing them a piece of paper. But I want to film the exchange and let him know that I'm filming, and we'll see what shakes out. Hopefully this goes really smooth. So I don't mean to keep the camera rolling too long, but I'm not sure when they're going to come out, and I don't want to be in a situation where my camera's not rolling, just in case. But what a situation. I never anticipated in my life getting so involved with any kind of police station or any kind of bullshit like this. I, practice to keep a low profile and not put myself in a place to have interactions with the police in the first place. So this totally shocked me, caught me off guard, to just simply be arrested while grocery shopping, online ordering, simply picking up my groceries at the store by agreement with Mother's Market, with their corporate office. It was something I set up and I was doing for months, and all of a sudden, without notice, they decide to entrap me with the Costa Mesa police and arrest me. They finally got the guy with a health condition and a real life concern for human beings in general, where face masks are very dangerous for everybody, but they're especially dangerous for me. And I'm not going to participate in something I know to be wrong and something I've been told by my own health professionals and my own common sense is not best for my health. So now, the police have a policy we got to wear a face mask to come in. So I'm going to wait for them to come out, because no matter what, I don't give a shit what the occasion. No one's going to talk me into wearing a face mask, because this is all tyranny. This is all, and it represents the destruction of our country. Whenever you see people walking around with face masks, know that that's the destruction of Americana. That's the destruction of small business. Our sense of private ownership and wealth and privacy is all gone. And that's what the mask represents. And for me, it'll be a cold day before I'll ever fucking put a mask on my face and signify that I'm part of the selling out of my own country and my own enslavement. I'm consenting to it. That's not going to happen. So here we are at a time where the mandates are getting more extreme. And it's not that I'm getting extreme to counteract it. I'm just simply a human being living my life who refuses to bow down to the dictates and mandates of tyrants. So, at the end of the day, it makes me look like I'm an extremist, quote unquote, but in reality, it is the government who's gone to extremes, and I'm a centered person who can't be pulled to the left or to the right, and who knows that each and every human being was given the gift of life by the creator of life to make up their own mind and make their own decisions, and they're responsible for their own health. It has never made sense to me to create a public hysteria and all this bullshit over something that, it might be a cold. And when you look at it, nobody can ever show anybody a coronavirus under a microscope. Why is that? Because it doesn't actually exist. So whatever you want to believe, cold flus, Rudolf Steiner proved in the 1890s that every single sickness known to mankind is an internal condition, and a virus is the toxic excretion of cells. It is not a live living organism. Bacteria is, but not a virus. And so they keep just putting out pseudoscience, fake science, blatant lies, and they just got people eating the bullshit with both hands, while that they're being spoon-fed. So at the end of the day, don't be afraid to ask questions and use your common sense. And no matter what, I will always speak truth to authority. That's power. I don't give a shit if the sergeant's coming out and all of his cronies and all of his blue gang. It doesn't make a bit of fucking difference to me, because at the end of the day, I'm a true speaker, a true seeker, and a truth liver. So I don't give a shit what these people think of me. It's of no concern. At the end of the day, I have the right to life. And these people decided without cause to interfere with my right to life and put me on the brink of death because they want to make up my mind for me, and I refuse because I know better. And it's not legal what they're doing. They could say, well, we're just following the law, but no, it's not a law. It's a mandate from a dictator that's illegal. Anything that violates the Constitution of the United States is null and void, plain and simple. There is no two ways about that. There is no exceptions to the rule. There's not the health crisis exception. It's all bullshit. So, get that through your head and start to understand that at the end of the day, nobody gets to make up your mind or tell you what to do under any circumstance. And if they try, it's a criminal act. When you stop somebody and say, hey, if you don't do this, I'm going to call the police. That's assault. You're threatening them with consequences and making them feel threatened. That is the definition of assault. So all of these people are being trained on assault and battery and false imprisonment, standing in people's way, arm checking people, holding people. Whatever they're doing to enforce these face masks is illegal, and illegal. And it's criminal acts. And this is no different. The police, to enforce a face mask mandate, let's see, they kidnapped me off a street, false arrest, which is a felony, false imprisonment. They held me, confined me in a space against my will, and then brought me to another place, held me and confined me for hours and hours and hours against my will with no water and no phone calls. So this is where you just see outrageous criminal behavior being done by people who are saying that they're enforcing the law. Which law? Whose law? Where did the whole book get thrown out and we're just going to start over with the COVID rules, which is that anything goes? If you want to shove your shit down somebody's throat, your fucking agenda, anything goes. That's the COVID rules now. So I don't know about you, but I'm not having it. I'm not having anything that's unlawful. Start there. And I know what a criminal act is. I would never stop anybody and threaten them. I would never walk up to somebody and lay my hands on them for any fucking reason. So why is this all okay? Because the governor says so. Or aren't you a human being? Don't you have a higher moral conscience? Don't you have yourself to answer to for your actions? Don't you treat others like you want to be treated? Doesn't everybody have a right to life and to make up their own mind? Isn't that self-evident? Where are we getting lost in translation here? How can, the news media and all these people brainwash people that easily to forget their own common sense? That's the part I'll never understand, including policemen. Oh yeah, they know the law. Well, apparently they don't. It's clear they don't, because they're throwing out the whole law book and committing felonies against people to enforce a mandate. Does that make sense to you? The police have now become the crime, syndicate enforcers for what? The global pharmaceutical military industrial complex? And they're just going to boot stomp all over our faces, put a gun to our head if we won't go along with insanity. This is like we're in Nazi Germany, but we're sold out by our own police, our own people. I mean, it's truly incredible. Everybody's got their loyalty to the Fuhrer or Gavin Newsom or whatever tyrant is making dictates, and nobody's got any loyalty to any other human beings. And nobody thinks there's a reason to pause for reflection and go, wait a minute, maybe we got to rethink this equation. So, well, it's been a solid 10 minutes so far, and the police haven't come out, so I'm going on with my monologue here. And, you know, I don't want this video to be too long, but at the same time, I'm just trying to get the whole thing captured just in case. So we'll see what shakes out. I think they're here now, right behind me.